Hey, Gabriel Blake.
Hey, Gabriel Jose.
Where are we today?
Today, we are on top of a mountain that we climbed.
Okay, we walk. I don't think that it actually qualifies as climbing when there is stairs, when there's actually steps.
Okay, we walked up a hill. We're at Buena Vista Park in San Francisco.
Yeah, and this is actually our last in-person podcast for
a
the
while.
time being.
Yeah.
For the time being. But yeah, we are like just some hours before I actually just move away. But
Bye, Jose.
bye. But what it was actually for this very special episode.
As a special farewell gift from Jose to me, we watched the 1995 cult masterpiece, Showgirls.
I wish that I was still writing your qualifications, your adjectives for the movie. But yeah, so this is a movie that I made you watch some years ago, and it's one of my favorite terrible movies. One of those that I know some of the quotes, and I watched way too many times.
How many times have you seen it?
I would say a dozen of times, but I had to say that in English probably this was the third or fourth time. I haven't watched it so many times in English.
And how many copies of the Blu-ray do you own?
You have, motherfucker, you had to make me say this here. So I actually own 2 copies, and just for the fun fact, I ordered it when it was on sale in Amazon for $10 or whatever, and it never got delivered. So I actually went to make a reclamation, and they said that it was out for delivery. It never showed up. I waited a couple of days. I reached out to Amazon Customer Service, and as a friend of mine told me that you had to actually tell another human that you don't know, that they're not going to know that you like this movie in an ironic kind of way, and you have to tell them that your Showgirls Blu-ray got lost.
Did you somehow work into that conversation? I'm gay.
No, I didn't. I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter. So I had to tell them that, and then they sent me another copy. I received the second copy, and then 2 days later, so this is 2 weeks in total, I received the first copy. And at that point, I was thinking, should I do the right thing and just ping them and tell them, hey, now I have 2 copies? But that would actually require talking with another human being and tell them that I ordered one and I have 2 of these masterpieces. What am I supposed to do now? Because probably they're going to be telling you that just keep it or throw it away. We don't care. We don't want that item back.
Well, you really lucked out. 2 copies of Showgirls for $10.
Yep. And one of them is still wrapped because I still have hopes that it's going to be just reevaluated.
And now when you wear out the first one, you'll have a backup.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the fun never ends at the cheetah.
And we're both big fans of Paul Verhoeven.
I wouldn't go that far.
How many copies of this movie do you own?
Look, I don't think that this is representative of the best parts of Paul Verhoeven. And we watched Elle recently.
We did, and
I was not the biggest fan of it, as you know.
I jerked off many times to Hollow Man as a teenager.
So the flappy Kevin Bacon dick.
Yep, that did it for me. 2000, I was 16. Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't think that he's the best director out there. Let's just leave it like that. But yeah, in any case, we tend to joke about this movie. I don't know exactly how the conversation got here last week after watching... It was Synecdoche?
Was it what?
Synecdoche, New York?
No, last week. Last time we watched...
Oh, Volver. We watched Volver. Yeah, I have no idea how I connected with Showgirls, but I thought that it would have been a good last movie to watch together.
Well, I mean, Penelope Cruz's character in that film is very close to Nomi's.
What sense? She's a Pollyanna too.
So this was technically it was your pick.
Yeah, technically, let's just say effectively, is that you actually gave me the opportunity of just choosing something to watch together before I left, and I think that this is an amazing, good party movie. About just watching it with friends, is that don't take it seriously. I think that it's more enjoyable than The Room, from the perspective of
Oh,
watching it with
100%.
friends, is that there is some story in here. It's a story that is not good, but it's a story. It's not like The Room. Just comparing. But yes, this was effectively my pick. What is this movie about?
I don't know. So I gave like a 20-minute synopsis last time. I don't think Showgirls requires that, but it's about a young free spirit named Nomi, played Elizabeth Berkeley, who's hitchhiking her way to Las Vegas because she's going to become a dancer. And in this universe, apparently that's like...
It's a dream.
That is what girls who are genuine dancers do.
Yep.
So she starts out as a stripper, she makes a few friends, and then she gets her dream job of being in the chorus line of a show called Goddess at the Stardust Hotel.
Showgirls.
The star of that show is named Crystal. Crystal is dating...
Connors, yeah.
Yeah, Crystal Connors. Crystal is dating a casino executive played by Kyle MacLachlan. And there's a weird sexual triangle. They're both sexually interested in Nomi, and everyone backstabs everyone. And her friend that she makes, makes first thing in Las Vegas that takes care of her, warns her, don't get caught up in this. And we watch Nomi lose her principles.
Yeah.
And
it's a complete, story of just going down the rabbit hole. It's like a tragedy, like completely out of time. It's like this could apply anywhere.
It's like Jacob's Ladder in Las Vegas.
So, spoiler alert, because I think that this is the first one that we score on the list, like Jacob's Ladder. So does it mean that Elizabeth Berkeley was dead all along?
It means most of the people watching it wished they were dead.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And this is like the kind, almost like Mulholland Drive too, that is like this, like the kind of aberrant fantasy that it happens in front of our eyes, like a degraded version of reality.
So, I mean, there's obviously like subplots, but that's about it. It's Elizabeth Berkeley dancing naked, trying to be true to her inner dancer, which...
By compromising her values.
But her, like, genuine skilled dancing looks a lot like stripping to me. I can't quite see the distinction Paul Verhoeven saw, but...
Well, the script is, like, pretty focused, gung-ho about that. It's like, it's not the same being a stripper and just dancing suggestively, completely naked.
There's a lot of breasts in this.
Yeah.
A lot. Not a single peen. But you do get to see not Kyle MacLachlan's ass, but his body doubles. And then the climactic scene is that Elizabeth Berkeley pushes Crystal down the stairs so that she can take over the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Would you say that that's like the key scene? Because for me, it's actually when MacLachlan and Elizabeth Berkeley are in the swimming pool.
They're both just great.
They're amazing. One of them gave us like a memory that we will never, that is like burn in our times about like how is the body moving like that, and the face of Kyle MacLachlan is not of pleasure, it's of fear of what is going on right now. And the other one gave us like probably one of the best quotes ever.
You did quote that as it happens.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we watched this last night and we got high together, which is the first time. So we didn't record after that. But we made the comment that in the pool scene, which I think is pretty famous, like everybody knows it, her vagina is nowhere near his dick.
We were mentioning, I don't know if we were already... No, it was before. No, I mentioned it earlier in The Room. It's like, it reminds me of that scene, the sexy scene in The Room. Actually, Tommy Wiseau is trying to find like the poor girl, the poor main actress, belly button. Sadly, something like that.
Yeah. So, again, I left out plot points, but nothing of note.
No, there are many quotes. There is this story with the black dancer that he says that he has like a more elevated dance number, but at the same time
it was a lap dance.
It was a lap dance.
And she made him come.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. There is a reference to Versace. This joke about like C.S. Versace, and she came up with that.
Get it? Because she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She's never. You get it.
Versace, yeah.
And Elizabeth Berkeley herself suggested that, so co-writer basically.
Yeah.
So I had only seen this film one time, and it was the time you mentioned.
Yep.
And I enjoyed it a lot. It's hilarious. We laugh out loud many times. Hilarious. But I was surprised at how much I had forgotten.
Yeah, the part is like I think that this, we didn't say it, but it's like more than 2 hours.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours and 11, I think.
11 minutes, yeah. And is that there is a part, I think that those last 20 minutes, 25 minutes, they could have removed them and not have realized about everything. I mean, the kind of redemption story with violence that they display, about like the singer raping their roommate and then she kicking his ass, is that adds no kind of value. Is that because she needs to run away because she was discovered that she was not who she said she was.
And that is one of the most bizarre rape scenes I've ever seen. Not that I've seen that many, but like her friend has a crush on a famous singer who comes and sees the show and invites Elizabeth Berkeley to a party. Or no, it's Elizabeth Berkeley's party. And it looks like he's gonna rape her, but then he like holds her down while his bodyguard rapes her while he licks blood off her face. And it sounds horrific, but when you watch it, you're like,
what is happening here?
People stood in a room and acted this out.
Yeah, so it's what I was telling you earlier. It's like I can trust that some movies, until you don't see the final edit, you don't know if they're going to be good or not. On this one, if you were on the shooting, is that you know that there is no saving grace.
I turned to you last night and I was like, somebody gave Paul Verhoeven millions of dollars to make this, and everyone thought it was going to be good. Even Kyle MacLachlan, I was just reading a quote before him. There's rumors that he walked out of the premiere. He didn't. He forced himself to sit through it, and he just said, oh wow, this opening scene is bad, but it'll get better. And it just got worse and worse and worse.
Oh god, yeah, that opening scene with the car and see with the knife, yeah. Oof, yeah,
and then that ending scene, so...
Do you think that is like important to highlight that?
Yes, it is, because when she's coming to Las Vegas, she's hitchhiking, she's picked up by a dick who ends up stealing her suitcase, and when she's leaving Las Vegas, she just happens to be picked up by the same guy that she's grown as a woman, and now she demands her stuff back. And that's how much she grew.
Yep. And then we see her like just going to Los Angeles. And it's like, I don't know if even like just Paul Verhoeven was thinking like maybe I can do a sequel of this.
So they did do a sequel.
Yeah, but
does it take place in Las Vegas or LA?
In Las Vegas, I think.
Aww.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not like a continuation as far as I know. It's a bit more like thematically similar, let's say, but not like the same thing.
Well, I added Showgirls 2 to the list.
Oh man, I was just asking you earlier about the 100 movies to watch before you die. Is it, do you want to keep working on the list of 100 movies to not watch before you die? Well, like, don't waste part of your life with this. You can do better.
You own 2 copies and I've seen it a dozen times. This would absolutely be on your 100 must-see movies.
Look, but that's the thing. It's like I like, and this is funny. Like I like when we talk about food, I like high-end places and I like divey places. You know, and I think that with bars, I think that I only like divey bars. I don't like very high-end. Well, I kind of like high-end bars too. But with movies, I do the same. It's like I like really good, or I like this terrible train wreck, you know. But I will never say it. I mean, I think that I can actually split my mentality and just talking with the specific people. I'm not going to be like recognizing about like, you know what a movie I really like. You know what's my favorite movie? Showgirls. So I'm not going to be like saying that. But definitely someone says like, do you have a movie that is so bad that you love? Showgirls.
I'm trying to think if I have that same movie. Maybe The Last Holiday with Queen Latifah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, what an interesting film. I mean, I enjoyed both times that I watched it a lot. It's fucking hilarious. I don't think I stopped laughing last night, and that was even before I got high. So, it's just mind-blowingly bad, but like, shockingly bad.
Let me just do something. Would you watch this movie by yourself?
No. Would you?
No, I don't think so. I think that all the times that I watch it is always with someone. You know, it's usually like our group of people that we all love it, or it's like you have never watched Showgirls. I need to show.
We're gonna watch this together. Yeah, it's not for. We just said this, but it's so much fun to make like just commentary throughout the whole thing. In fact, we talked about doing like a mystery theater, Science Theater 3000, but ultimately we decided not to. But you could easily do it.
Oh yeah. But it's like it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours of a movie, so you could. But I don't think that anyone should actually listen to one of our podcasts for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
No, please don't. Go do better things.
Exactly. Probably you have better stuff to do with your life. Just give yourself a chance.
And there's so much that happened in real life because of this film. Like Elizabeth Berkeley, she thought this was going to be her vehicle to stardom, and lots of actresses have done that.
We didn't mention, but it's like Elizabeth Berkeley came from this really popular late 80s, early 90s teen sitcom called Saved by the Bell.
And she acts exactly the same. Exactly the same.
But with less clothes.
Way less clothes.
And she was not, and this one I would say that it's a bit more hysterical. You know, a bit more like...
It's so over the top, all of the acting.
But she was not like that in Saved by the Bell. She was a bit more of a good, nice girl.
She was a good, nice girl, but it was over the top. Like, if she got upset, it was still that... Like, it's exaggerated acting.
That's fair.
So immediately upon release of this film, her agent dropped her.
Your career is over.
But I mean, what is the name of the actress that everyone loves to hate? She was in Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, is the one from Manchester by the Sea?
No.
Love to hate.
She's like the most hated person on the internet. She's been nominated for a bunch of Oscars.
What?
Not Michelle Williams, but Jake Gyllenhaal's wife in it.
I don't remember who was in it.
Anyway.
Okay, so she started also with a random movie?
Well, she was like a Disney princess. She was in Princess Diaries 2, and then she's like, I'm gonna go totally bad girl, and she does this movie where she basically gets gang raped, and she's nude the whole time, and everyone was like, how brave, and now she's like an incredibly serious actress.
It's similar to Perfect Blue, then?
To Perfect Blue?
Do you remember that the singer, the idol, wants to become like a serious actress, so she does like this gang rape scene?
Exactly like that. Exactly.
But then her agent didn't turn into a serial killer. I assume.
God, this is driving me insane.
It's not... I like Michelle Williams.
Anne Hathaway.
Oh, God, yeah. Of course, when you say actually, when you said, what was the movie where she was like gang rape?
Let me see. I watched it because I wanted to see...
Like a princess, like a Disney princess?
Well, I wanted to see how she pivoted because apparently she did it pretty famously. Wow, Anne Hathaway only has 53 acting credits. It's not Les Mis.
No, certainly not.
Havoc. It's called Havoc.
Never heard of it.
Came out in 2005, the same year as Brokeback.
Okay.
Two affluent suburban girls clash with the Latino gang culture of East LA.
Wow. Okay. It sounds, I don't know, like promising.
Yeah,
for a girl that came from just being like Princess Diaries.
It was brave, and that's what Elizabeth Berkley thought she was doing with Showgirls, and Paul Verhoeven just fucked her. Fucked her over.
Honestly, but this is like one of the big discussions that I have. Is like I still don't believe this theory that anyone involved with this project could think that this was going to be elevated or it was going to have like any chances.
But he had just directed a film that you like of his, right?
Which one?
The one that you recommended that we watch.
Total Recall?
Yeah.
But that was in the 80s, man.
But that was the film he did before this.
No
Really?
way. No. He did Basic Instinct and other stuff.
Oh, Basic Instinct. That's one.
Yeah, but I didn't recommend that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mixed those two up.
Yeah, no. I mean, this kind of sexual psychothrillers, I just find it like a bit tacky. Like Elle.
Which is a better film?
Of what?
Elle?
Or this?
Or Showgirls?
Showgirls. Not for the score, but for entertainment value.
Okay.
I think that is a way more entertaining Showgirls in a non-intentional way than Isabel Hooper. I'm not going to say Elle. I'm going to say Isabel Hooper because that's the only saving grace of that movie.
I think, well, I really do like Elle.
I know you do.
So there's not a ton to say about this besides it's so bad it's good. I mean, it's like the type of movie you watch with your friends and laugh at. That's it.
Yep. But for example, you didn't have that feeling with The Room.
No, I don't find there's nothing enjoyable about The Room.
Well, to be completely frank, is that we didn't watch The Room together.
That's true.
You know, and we actually said that part of the value of this movie, if we had to watch like a part, these 2 hours and 10 minutes, I think that we would be like, nope.
But I still think, just in terms of pure entertainment, whatever that means, because it's so bad it's good, or because you're laughing, Showgirls is a far superior film.
Okay, I mean, there are a couple of scenes in The Room that I remember. I mean, I rewatched The Disaster Artist recently, and they left a couple of the best scenes of the movie. When they find like the kid that is the brother but not the brother, that he had drugs, that he was like just doing like drugs business, and they started screaming at him.
Yeah.
You know?
I also think The Room, you're not going to enjoy it that much your first viewing. It's the sort of like you're waiting for the scenes that you like know are going to laugh. And I only saw it once and alone, so maybe if we watched it again and watched it together, it would be different.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know if I want to expose ourselves to that again. But should we go over the questions? Because
Let's do it.
I don't honestly feel that there is anything else to say interesting.
There's really not. Just watch it. It's funny.
It's funny, but watch it with friends, drunk, high, but yeah. I honestly don't think that there is any redeeming or, from an intentional perspective, saving grace for this movie. And I discussed with people about this, that they say like, no, they thought that they were doing like a serious drama. The acting that Elizabeth Berkeley has, and everyone, is not about serious drama.
Which is crazy, because we were talking last night that Twin Peaks ended the year before, or 2 years before?
2 years before, yeah. I think that's
how far he fell.
Yeah, MacLachlan should have said like, maybe not.
So, Jose, will you watch this again?
I know I will. At least I hope that I have like some months to recover this time. But yeah, I will.
Yeah, I would absolutely watch it again, but only with people.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it?
I do, but I usually give it like with the caveat is that this is bad. You have to have a stomach to watch this.
And would you recommend it to your parents?
No. Never.
Will you remember it?
Yes. So, would you actually recommend it to anyone?
Yeah, 100%. It's like a good bad movie.
Yeah, okay.
For sure.
That's fair.
I would recommend it.
I said that I would remember it.
Yeah, I will also remember it. I was surprised at how much I forgot, but I remembered enough. Is there anything artistic about this?
This is a tricky question.
It's not a tricky question.
Please, hear me out. No, it's not.
No, it's not. I already wrote that answer in for you.
No, it's not. But I had to say that from a train wreck perspective, is that there is clear, as you were saying, like someone gave them millions. You can see that they put a lot of money. That they basically created a Showgirls show from the beginning to the end. It's like if it's something that needed to happen. No.
A huge cast.
Yep.
So many extras.
Yeah.
Dancers, choreography, set pieces.
Yep. Yeah. And also like a lot of outdoors, like promoting the Flamingo and other places, the Stardust. And the Stardust is actually going to close. I mean, a part of me thinks that we should actually go before it gets demolished.
Know me.
So from that perspective, there are a couple of scenes that I felt is like, that's not the worst scene that I've seen in my life, like when she's parked in front of the Flamingo and she's like in front of the car.
I was literally thinking about that scene.
Is that I don't know, a part of me just thinks, imagine like just getting like a giant print of that. Visually it's a cool steel, but at the same time it's like what is around that cool steel. It's almost
so
like
postmodern.
It's almost like when a baby, well, maybe a kid by mistakes, like eats something, like a marble, but imagine that it's like a small gold nugget, and you have to wait, and then it actually goes through all the body, and then you have like a giant turd.
You have to go through.
And it has to go like these tiny nuggets, of God in the middle of it. That's exactly how I feel about medicine. There is that still is a visually cool. The rest is not.
Yeah, okay, there's nothing artistic about it. Nothing. This is the antithesis of art. It's just everything that a movie should not be. But it is the best, worst example.
The best, worst. Okay, that's fair. I had to say that as this was one of my main reference to Las Vegas, I think that my expectations were more about I want this level of tackiness. I want like the croupiers like just being like wearing like crazy makeup, and then just in some casino like showing their tits. It's exactly what.
And that's not the Vegas you got.
No, it's like it's pretentious tacky. It's still tacky, but it's not like trashy tacky as this.
So that takes us to the next question: is it a timeless piece? Let me answer. There has never been a more timeless piece. This is as shitty today as it was in 1995, and in 30 years it will be as shitty. It's going to remain the same forever.
As I said at the beginning, in a jokingly manner, I still think that the topics that they talk about, they are timeless.
Oh, God. You're really stretching here with these questions.
No. I think that's what we discuss. I think the topic is timeless. And I mean, not because it's good, like well displayed or well written or anything. And I also think that as you said, is going to be equally bad. There is not going to be additional value in the future compared with now. It's exactly the same thing.
I mean, yeah, like just about aspirations and selling out and forgetting who you are and pushing the star down the stairs. All things we will deal with forever.
Yep.
So you're gonna say yes, this is a timeless piece.
Yeah, I would say yes.
I
just
agree.
For conversation's sake.
And would you turn this into a TV show?
Go first.
Absolutely not. Can you imagine if like Netflix opts to make this into like a series and they brought Elizabeth Berkeley back?
Showgirls, the revival. And it's a revival of Goddess. I'm torn about this one. I think that part of me is like, I don't want to subject myself to more shit of this level. No, the problem is like I don't think that they would be capable of creating new content in the same vein as this one that is as enjoyable, because I think that this was unintentionally bad, and it's like it would be impossible to just do more unintentionally bad content like this.
Yeah, I don't even think Paul Verhoeven could recreate this level of shit. Even he's grown as a director.
No, he actually tried with Hell, but yeah, he didn't get to that level.
Fuck you. So now we're going to score, but I am going to obligate you to score it not for how bad it is. Like, you can't score it high because it's so bad it's good. Okay. You have to give a real score.
Okay, I know. He's like, if this was by enjoyment, by just pure enjoyment, I would score something else. Okay, so as this was effectively my pick, you score first.
I'm going to say a 2.5.
And I'm going to say a 3. 3 because I think that it is.
I couldn't even stop myself from like giving it a few extra points because it's so funny.
I was thinking, like, should I give it a 4? No. 4 is like, okay, it was close to something. It was like something interesting here. It's like if I look at this objectively, it's a train wreck. It's a train wreck that shouldn't have happened. And it's not like with some movies when we say it's like this movie couldn't have happened. Nowadays, it's like for example, Fight Club, we say that this movie wouldn't have happened in the kind of climate that we have. Is that this wouldn't have shot. This movie shouldn't have happened in any time. It's timeless. Yes, it shouldn't have happened.
But we're glad it did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is like one of those like blessings in disguise.
Well, anything else to say about Showgirls?
just watching. I mean, maybe not order the Blu-rays, like you don't want to leave trace of that, you know, like maybe if you can even like do like an incognito window before watching it so no one knows that you did this.
Get on your VPN.
Exactly.
Pretend you're in Brazil.
Exactly. So just cover your tracks. It's like no one needs to know that you actually watch and enjoy Showgirls. But you haven't watched it. I think that is like, you have friends over is a perfect option.
If you happen to watch it,
unless you feel offended about like all the nudity and misogynist that there is in this.
I don't think. Well, if you're offended by nudity, what are you doing listening to this podcast?
That's true.
If you happen to listen to or to watch this movie for the first time after listening to this podcast, please reach out to us. Provide your feedback.
Yeah, I would also like to see. So, how could they actually reach us out?
Our Twitter.
You remember what is our Twitter handle? No, you don't. No, I mean we actually have an email address that is like the initials G D D B D D AC@gmail.com.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I always doubt if it's like if the podcast is like we go to diverse to talk about cinema or we go to diverse and talk about cinema.
I think it's two. Anyway,
yeah,
we'll get our Twitter.
Yeah. One day, you guys will be able to just share this Showgirls love with us. But yeah, what are we watching next?
So, after we watched Showgirls and we got high, we ended up watching the first half of Climax.
Yep.
And we talked a lot about Gaspar Noé, and Irreversible is a film I'm terrified of. I actually turned it off and never finished it, but I want to give it a try, especially after reading Roger Ebert's review.
What do you say?
Apparently the movie is played backwards from a rape scene, and it goes like back into the past, and he wrote this, I think it's a brilliant review about how he thinks he understands why he did that, because the rape is the least important thing. What's important is the relationship that Monica Bellucci and Vincent Cassel have. So like, I think there's some narrative structure there that I'm willing to like suffer through to try and see.
Okay.
And we realized last night have only seen one of his films.
No, I only watched two. Yeah,
Climax and Love.
Love. Yeah, the second one for the
So I may regret this, but next time, from Chicago / San Francisco, Irreversible.
Yeah. And to all of those listening to us, thank you so much for listening.
Wash your hands.
Bye.